Hi everybody, I'm Miss Channing Tadpole teacher, and today I'm going to be reading a story to you. The book I've picked is called Tad, which is all about tadpoles just like us. So if you come a little bit closer, we can have a read together. Tad was a frog. Well, that's not quite true. She doesn't look like a frog yet, does she, Tad? But she was almost a frog. Tad was small. She was smaller than her Tad brothers, and she was smaller than her Tad sisters. And that's a bit like us lot, because when we start, we are all different heights. Some are bigger and some are smaller, but we're all the same. Tad was the smallest, almost a frog, in the whole wide pond. She was so small that she had to wiggle her tail twice as fast as any of the others, just to keep up. "Keep up," they would say, "or the big blub will get you." Uh-oh, I wonder who the big blub is. Tad had never seen Big Blub. Big Blub, they said, was a great, big, nasty fish. Big Blub swam at the deep, dark, murky part of the pond. He was as old as mud, they said. He would wait till the sun went in, until the pond was grey, and then he would glide out from the dark patches and gulp. No. Tad did not want to know. She decided not to believe in the big blub. But just in case, she kept to the shallow, sunny parts of the pond where the big blub could never ever get her. When the sun went in, she carefully hid behind the rocks and the plants in hope that the big blub would not get her. Day by day, the tadpoles grew. They grew back legs, then they grew front legs, then they got some webbed toes, then their legs grew longer and their legs grew stronger. Stretching their 4 legs as wide as they could, they felt like they wanted to climb out of the pond. They rushed into the shallow water, quicker than you or I could blink. Swish, wiggle, swish, swish, wiggle, swish. Their tails got smaller and smaller until they could no longer have tails at all. "We've lost our tails, we've lost our tails," they cheered. All except for Tad. Oh, poor Tad. Every night they would find a big leaf and they would curl up together. But as the nights passed, Tad noticed there were fewer and fewer tadpoles to curl up with. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Each night Tad counted her Tad brothers and Tad sisters. 5, 4, 3. Where had they all gone? She didn't like to think. Oh, I hope they're okay. Tad played in the shallows with her last Tad brother and her last Tad sister. "You can't catch us, Big Blub," said her little Tad sister, and they called out from the shadows. But soon there were just 2. "It seems there are much fewer of us than before, don't you think?" said Tad to her last Tad brother. "Oh no, I think she might be on her own soon." And then there was only one. But she was strong and she was clever and she knew all of the best hiding places. The big blub would never ever catch her. Oh no, it's Big Blub! Tad swam faster than she ever had swum before. What's Tad gonna do? Then Tad did something she had never ever done before. She swam up and up and up and up. Wow, look how strong she's getting. And the big blub sank to the bottom of the pond where he belonged, amongst all the mud and the ooze and the deep and the dark and the murky. Thankfully, Tad was okay. Tad climbed up onto the rock, her big eyes blinking at the bright sky. It felt good to be out of the water. What does Tad look like? I don't think she's a tadpole anymore. "I've lost my tail, I've lost my tail," she sang. Tad was a frog. She had a funny feeling, a twist in her belly, spreading out to the ends of her toes. She coiled up as tight as a spring. And what do frogs do? They jump. And she got to see all of her brothers and sisters again. What a lovely picture. That'll be us next year, all us little tadpoles. And they were all back together at last. That's a lovely story. That'll be like us growing through reception next year. Thank you for listening, everyone, and I look forward to seeing you in September.